We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure you guys have your teacups ready.
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Because this tea is what? Piping hot. So everybody has been wanting me to talk about this whole Jacob Copland situation. So if you guys don't know, 4-star recruit Jacob Copland, he was basically humiliated by his black mother, honey, on national television. This woman was sitting up there with him. He was getting ready to choose his college choice. The mother was sitting there, honey, in an Alabama sweater and a damn Tennessee hat. She wanted her son to choose either one of those schools. And when I tell you, Jacob was like, I'm staying in wretched-ass Florida. Honey, the mama done got up in the middle of the damn press conference on national TV live on air and walked out. This shit was so damn embarrassing and it broke my heart because after she did that, this young man broke down in tears. He was struggling to hold it together and this man broke down in tears only for her to return and try and hug him. I was so damn frustrated watching this situation. Y'all go ahead and check out this news clip, honey. I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
In the Web Center, a Pensacola mother walks out on her son on National Signing Day, and it goes viral.
And tonight, it's one of the top trending posts in the country, sparking a conversation online about mothers of student athletes. News 5's JP Buno has more from the Web Center.
It's a moment that's been seen more than 2 million times alone in the video that we put together this evening on my Facebook page, becoming one of the top Facebook posts in the entire country. A prized wide receiver from Pensacola making his collegiate choice and his mom walking out.
I'm taking my time for the next 3 to 4 years.
Everyone in this Pensacola gym is applauding 4-star recruit Jacob Copland as he commits to Florida. Just about everyone but his own mother. Wearing an Alabama sweater and a Tennessee hat, she storms out on national television.
Who just got up and left there and to your right? Who got up and left?
Oh, that was my mom.
Copeland barely holds it together for his interview. Most recruits are smiling ear to ear in this enormous moment with a big celebration behind them. However, Copeland looks distraught, being asked not about football, but instead his mother.
Jacob, we saw her wearing the Alabama sweater there. What were those conversations like with her?
We had a lot of conversations back and forth.
As the national TV cameras turn off, Copeland finally breaks down. He can barely address the gym of supporters all there for his big day.
I thank the ones who supported me through the process. Thank everybody who always supported me through the process. But take your time, man. Take your time.
And then his mom finally re-emerges. On Facebook, most are saying this gesture was too little too late, that Jacob deserved more than a mother walking out on him at perhaps the biggest moment of his life thus far. A moment the entire family will now have to live with as Copeland prepares for more of the spotlight as a Florida Gator. The conversation continues back and forth on my Facebook page, but you gotta remember something. We don't know what this family has been through behind the scenes with the immense pressure from college recruiters over these last few months. To Jacob and his mom, we really want to hear from you and invite you both to speak to us whenever you're ready. We're now in the Web Center, JB Buno, News 5.
Oh, the video on JB's Facebook page has just become the top local news post in the entire country. Sports director Randy Patrick will have more on National Signing Day coming up in sports.
All right, so you guys just saw that news clip, and I was disgusted watching that. As a mother, I was very disappointed in her because last time I checked, this was his life and not her life. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it was his decision. So the fact that she got that upset where she couldn't even hold her composure, it says a lot about her. I mean, it made me feel like, damn, did you take some money from Tennessee and Alabama? Why are you so pressed on his decision? Why would you get that upset if there wasn't some money that you were guaranteed for him picking either college? You know, the whole situation just looked really, really shady. Not only was it disrespectful, it was just super embarrassing. And the sad part is that her selfish actions overshadowed his achievements and overshadowed his hard work. It was supposed to be about him. That was supposed to be his day. But she ended up making it about her. and then her running back trying to hug him once he started crying, that did not faze me at all. I was just really disgusted by that. All of that was not necessary. Instead of her sitting next to her son and being proud, she made it about her. At the end of the day, it's his athleticism. It's him who put in the hard work. It's him who took those hits out on the field. As we all know, football is no joke. There's a lot of injuries. There's, chances of concussions and CTE and all that stuff. It's him who's putting his body at risk. So for the mother to be selfish like that and make it about her is just really sad. Well, now Jacob is finally speaking out because, of course, the video went viral. He was just super embarrassed. So Jacob Copland took to Twitter and he says, "What my mama did today was hilarious. If you knew her personally, that's her job. Put on a show." And then he had a bunch of, laughing emoji faces and stuff like that. But I'm going to say this, Jacob, what your mother did was not hilarious. And I don't care if I knew her, didn't know her. It wasn't her place to put on a show. And I understand he's not going to throw his mother under the bus. He's not going to say, F that bitch. That is his mother. I don't expect him to disrespect her. And I know he's trying to put on this facade for social media by saying, oh, it's funny. That's just my mom. Ha. But no, what your mother did was actually, once again, playing to the stereotypical black woman role. From the time this woman did this, I've seen so many comments online about typical black women. This is why I don't date black women. Black mothers aren't shit. Black mothers treat their sons like their husbands. So now all black mothers are being knocked, on social media and in the worldwide media because of what your mother did. So what your mother did was not funny. What she did, unfortunately for us, was a reflection on all black mothers. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, we're not looked at as just separate entities. For whatever reason, black women, whenever one black woman does something, we're always looked at as a monolithic group. And that's the part that's so frustrating. Instead of folks saying that Jacob's mother was in the wrong and I can't believe what she did, all of a sudden she has become the face of black mothers across the country. And I just think that that's sad. So I understand you're going to play it off because that is your mother. I don't expect you to cuss your mother out on social media. I do expect you to have respect for your mother. But what she did was just unbecoming. It was selfish and it should have been about you and the decision that you chose to make. It should have not been about her. And she should have been mature enough. She should have been loving enough to let you have your moment as opposed to her showing off for the cameras. That was the wrong time and wrong place. If she wanted to flip out on you behind the scenes once y'all got home, then she's more than, fine to do that because you guys are in your own home. But for her to do that on the national stage was just embarrassing. And I was just cringing watching that video. And then when you broke down crying, that let me know your true emotions. Because if it was just funny, ha, you wouldn't have cried the way you did. So I understand you're trying to play it off. What your mother did was not cool, and her doing all that and showing off has also got people talking and wondering, was she paid? And that can be a stain on you and your reputation because now folks are saying, why would she get that mad? Did Alabama slip her a check? Did Tennessee slip her a check? Why would she walk off? Now, I've also heard rumors that the mother came out and basically she was telling people that the reason why she was so upset is that she wanted her son to leave Florida because there's a lot of gangs in the area and she wanted him to get away from any gang affiliation and she wanted him to, get away from trouble. She didn't want him to stay in Florida. I can understand that. I can understand, being in the hood and there's gangs and just different stuff like that. So you want your child to go somewhere, get out of a particular environment. I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, that does not excuse your behavior. You know what I'm saying? It was his decision. He put his athleticism on the line. He put his body on the line, not you. You sat there in the sidelines and cheered your son on just like I do when I watch my kids play sports, okay? It's his decision, okay? So if he wants to stay in Florida, he has a right to stay in Florida. I understand your reservations for him staying in Florida, but at the end of the day, what you did, you took away from his moment and you also made black mothers look crazy. So you shouldn't have did that no matter what the situation was. So anyways, y'all, I leave this up to you guys. Let's get the discussion popping. How do you guys feel about Jacob Copland's mother and what she did on national television? And then how do you guys feel about his response where he's basically trying to play it off like it's no big deal? The whole situation is just a hot mess. I just hope he ends up doing good in Florida. Maybe he'll make it to the NFL. Who knows? But at the end of the day, like I said, this should have been his moment and not his mother's moment. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And make sure you click that bell so you can be down with the notification squad, honey. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.